Hi guys, welcome to the channel. Welcome if you're new. I'm Stacy and today we are going to be painting a mushroom. The line art for this is in the description below if you're interested in tracing it and painting along with. Today we're going to, I'm going to do the background using some of my Derwent colors. I have the Graphitint paint pocket set. I have several of them. I have 4 of them. This is the one, this is the Graphitint one. These are the colors on their swatch, but this is what they really look like when I paint them out. And I want to use some of these for my dark background behind this. So I do have dark colors in here as well. This is my beam paints. But I want a more granular feel. I could go in with these, but I feel like I want to try the Graphitints first. So, okay. Oh, it's right here. I'm fine. Oh man, this one fell out of there. These are the Derwent ones. I don't have them swatched on here. But we're gonna stick with the Graphitint. And I have a couple extra ones on the side there. Let us really wet. Do I want to tape this down? I feel like I want to tape it down. Let's tape it down. I have this washi tape that I'm not fond of, so we'll use that for taping down. I'd like a little white border around this one, I think. Got a little wet right there. It only takes a jiffy to tape it down. This is Arch's 140-pound cold press watercolor paper. I don't really have too much of a problem with it buckling, and if it does, it flattens out pretty easily. A good way to flatten out your paper if it's buckled a lot, and you can get it pretty flat, is to flip it over and dry the back as well. Or to put it under something heavy for a couple of days, or a day, or overnight, or whatever. See how that works out. Burnish that down a little bit. There we go. Oopsie. There we go. Now we can do the background. We're gonna go in. I'm gonna try to paint pretty carefully around my mushroom. Pretty heavily, actually. Lots of water. And the Graphitints take a little bit, they do absorb the water kind of a lot. So I do want to make sure they get nice and wet. I'm going to use these dark ones down here, I think. Maybe some of this blue. They're really beautiful colors and I don't use them very often. So I thought it'd be fun to try and see what they look like on my background. I'm going for pretty dark. Maybe we'll, yeah, pretty super dark. Ooh, I like that. Let's use a couple colors though. Make it a little interesting. There we go. I like that. And the paper's really wet and super puddly. And I'm trying to remember that watercolor dries a lot lighter, so I'm being bold, and I don't normally go in really bold with my darks. I'm usually pretty timid about it. So this is a new one for me. There we go. And grab a little bit more of that blue-green. I like that. This is the ocean blue, and then this aubergine right. Is that what that says? I should probably put my glasses on so I can see what I'm doing. Yeah, aubergine, and then the dark indigo is next to that. I'll just leave this here. Can you guys see that? Hopefully. I'm really liking how it looks, so I'm just going to keep going. My washi tape's coming up already. Bummer. Probably should have used a sturdier tape. You can always trim it down too. If you tape your paper off and it doesn't stay down nice, you can go back after and just trim your edges off. Or I'm going to try and see if just taping over the top of the washi tape will help with my regular masking tape, and just kind of plop it down over the top. See how it does? Washi tape is very low tack. This is dollar store masking tape. It's kind of medium tack. I haven't had any real problems with it ruining any of the more expensive papers, the Strathmore or Arches watercolor papers. Arches, however you want to say it. You pick. So I go with it. We roll with it. There we go. Now let us continue on. Doesn't that look cool? I'm digging it. Or water. Just really nice and wet up here. There we go. Gorgeous. But I do want to go actually around my little mushroom details. And I found these Quil brushes to be really good for this kind of thing. You can get that big coverage, or you can go really tiny. Get around all those nooks and crannies. Like that. Like that. Like that. Just take your time. There's no need to rush. We're not going anywhere, right? We're painting. We are painting. And then go ahead and get some really nice darks going on back here. I'm just going to blob down color and let it do its thing. Maybe not quite that wet. You get crazy on those edges. Kind of painting inwards. My washi tape really does want to come up really badly. It doesn't want to play nice, you guys. It doesn't want to. Come in here. Like that. Make it nice and wet. Let's grab some indigo. Splash that around. I almost forgot about finishing this side. Once you get this down, once it's dry, you can go over the background again with another wash, another light glaze of dark color, and it will darken right up for you. Just kind of winging it here, seeing what happens. Let's plop down some more nice deep dark up here. And I love that granulating effect that you get with these two. Dab, dab, dab. And around these. More water. And getting around the top of this dude. Bloop, 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 bloop. I'm liking it. Kind of lose that edge that I had going on there. Kind of liking that reddish look in there as well. What do we think so far? It'll look better once it's dry and once we have the mushroom on, I hope. I hope. Might go in with even more heavy color. That. Touch more water and just there we go. I like it. I mean, I don't know if I like the painting yet or not, but overall, I'm liking the effect that I'm getting. Effect? Effect. You pick. Bloop, 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 bloop. And come in and down. Grab a little more water and come in here. Get those nooks and crannies. I don't know what that noise is that I hear, but it sounds like someone's running on something. Maybe the neighbor lady has a treadmill. I'm gonna just fill that in there. Oh, I know what I did. Got carried away. Colored in my leaf. Right here. Let's see if I can pick that up. Some papers pick up really well and some don't. You just kind of gotta figure it out as you go. I'm supposed to go dark down here. There we go. Got it. Got it. Is it reading nice and dark, you guys? Feeling like I had a leaf right there too, a little one. we're going to do that. Good. I think so. Let's give it a little dry. If you don't have a heat tool, just walk away, let it completely dry. You don't want to start on your mushroom and your leaves before the exterior is dry, because it'll bleed in. Watercolor bleeds where water goes. So you want to make sure it's nice and dry. Okay, that's very dry. It did get a little bit of a matte finish. I'm not sad about it. I'm wondering if I wouldn't want this to be even more of a matte finish back there. I don't know. We'll have to see. All right, I have a cup of clean water. I'm gonna move my dirty water up out of the way. Ooh, excuse moi. And I'm gonna get a bit whimsical with this. Am I? I think I am. You don't have to paint around all your little divots and dots if you don't want to. You can. Do I want a red mushroom? Thinking I might go more. I do love this color so much. It's a sickness. It is the Spice Pumpkin. It has mica in it. And I'm going to grab the orange that's next to it and throw that down. Here's a nice crispity orange. And then let's grab, let's see, maybe some of this for our deeper shadowy bits. Let's start with that. Let's see how that goes. I'll come in here and dab in around all my little now, if you don't want to do this, you can just paint over the top of all your white and go in with like bleed proof white or marker or pen or whatever you want. I'm really feeling this right now, so that's what I'm going to go with. For me, the hardest part about watercolor is being patient. So for me, this is a practice in patience. some water. Come in here and really dampen the area all the way around, trying to go around all my little spots. And if you do go around all your little spots, you don't have to be exact about it either. Close enough is good enough. I do like details. It is a thing that I don't get to do very much on YouTube because, I mean, honestly, not many people are going to stick around for hours watching me paint itty bitty details moment by moment, right? Let's drop some of the brighter orange in here and there. This is like true orange. Just give it some pizzazz. I like me some pizzazz. And then continue on. And generally I'm painting detail pieces, like big detail pieces, while listening to a book or music. Usually a book though. Usually I'm lost in the story and just painting my little heart out, not really paying attention to what's going on the page, and letting intuition do a lot of the work, which for me is a really relaxing, fun way to paint. We'll go ahead and dab in some more orange, a little bit of the mica stuff here and there. I've already got a pretty good wash of it on this side. There. Some water and continue on. Noodling around. Noodle, noodle. And if you go over one of your dots, don't worry about it. You can either take a paper towel and lightly dab it up, or you can let it be and go back in with another medium and fix it. Acrylic paint, another layer of watercolor, make your dots dark instead of light. I mean, it is a mushroom and it can be whatever you want it to be, honestly. As far as color is concerned, I'll dab in. See this cut away from me right there? I'll just really dry my brush. This is pretty dry. I'm gonna come in here and just try to pick it up like that. I don't want to mess around too much because I really don't want to pick up my dark background. And we can, like I said, once it dries, I can go in here and darken that back up if I want to. Come in here with that darker color and just dab it in like so. Just a little darker. And you can dab that in up here as well. Dab it around. In the dark areas where you give your mushroom some shape and definition. Like so. Maybe a touch more over here. Almost missed this little bit here with my water. Do we like it? Are we loving it? I'm dabbing some pure orange here and there. Kind of liking the textures that are coming about with wetting it and dabbing in the color and just kind of letting it move around. I'm excited about that. I'm gonna let it dry. Let's work on the under part of our mushroom right quick. I'm gonna just stamp in really softly, and I don't mind that bleeding down at all. I don't want it to bleed down like a lot, but a little bit's okay. Come down, 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 and then let's just stick with this, but very thin, very, very thin. I just want some dabs of bright here and there, like that. Then we're going to let this dry up here because we're going to come back in and put in darker details where all those dark lines are lots of shadows. So let's just leave that be for now and come in here and get a little tint of our sparkle going on here and there on our stock. I'm just playing around at this point. I do have a couple of reference photos up of these kinds of mushrooms. I lost the reference photo for this one. I have no idea where it is. I thought I saved it to a folder, but yeah. I don't think that worked out for me. Let's go in and right through there. Get some color. Color. Like that. Oops, that's in the way now. Okay. Let's do, I think I want some, I'm going to go in with a bit of bright green mixed in with my orange here. I'm going to let this dry, and we're going to come down here and play with our leaves for a little bit. And I'm going to mix in some, I don't use these greens much. Maybe I should start diving into those. Play around with them. I need to order more of this sap green. I'm almost out. It's Boreal is the name of the color. I've like really worn that one down. But if you put some of this in here, I don't need to buy that color. I can make it that color by mixing my other colors together. Throw a little orange in there. A little more of this. Get that brown green. Touch more yellow green. There, now that feels more sappy. Haha, no pun intended. I'm gonna go ahead and dab this in through here. I'm gonna work this up because I got a little carried away and covered up my twig that I had in here. It's okay though. It's a very loose drawing. It doesn't have to be anything crazy amazing. Want some green down here. And right here. And maybe through here. Some of that green. It's too bright. That's too bright. There we go. That's more earthy. I have tons of brown colors in this set, and I very rarely use them. Okay, you can see, you can tell all the full ones are the ones that I just don't think to touch. Kind of want a little dirty green going on. And then let's throw in a couple of leaves here. They're all crackly brown leaves, you know. They're all burnt. crispity. That's the word I was looking for. They're all crispity. So I'm going to go ahead. Let's do this one first. See me working straight in. Maybe I should put some more water on that and really work that up. Put it right here. I want it a little bit more dark. There we go. We're getting in base colors down here. I'm not trying to do details or anything like that. Just dropping in some base color. There we go. It's glaring a bit. I can't hardly see what I'm doing. Some of this green in here as well. Through here, at the base here. I'm just dabbing it around and letting it do what it wants. The idea of foliage, let that dry and then come in with a drier brush and get in those details. Let's go over here and wet this guy down a bit. I'm trying to try and not touch the green too much. I'll put some of that yellow and a touch of the brown. This is that. I want a little sparkle to this one. So I'm putting the pumpkin spice in with this nice deep brown. I suppose I could tell you what these colors are. I mean, I do have my swatches. This one right here is the club brown. Club brown. And then this is the pumpkin spice, that crazy color there, and this one mixed together. And I've been using pumpkin and up here the boreal, and then I've been dipping into the pine green and the milkweed and the sap. And that's as much as I've used out of these just yet. This is a really nice set of paints. I love them so much. I'm very happy I splurged on them. But as you can tell, I have favorites already. But that's only because I don't push myself to try the other colors, which I should. I really, really should. This is getting dry over here, so I'm drag in some details and let that bleed out a little bit. Like that. Let it get dark and mucky through here. Nondescript, I guess, is a better word. And come in here and get a little bit of shadows going on. Using that same color, right? And ideally here, when you're doing change to details, you want to get a smaller brush if you have one. If you don't, just use the very tip of your brush and maybe go more dry or wet on dry. Like let your paper dry completely, these little areas, and then go over the top once they're dry with a thin paint. Less water, more paint. I think I'd like a little bit of green in this one. Let's put a little bit more of that boreal, maybe some of the sap in here. And maybe some of the brown. Make a green brown. Just kind of drag it around. Maybe this one has a bit of orange in it still from days gone by. Hasn't quite reached its... Maybe I could put a little bit of orange in all of these. Oh, that looks kind of nice. I like that. And this is not the sparkly one, the pumpkin spice. This is just the orange. It mixed in there really nicely. I'm digging it. Let that be. And let's come down here. And there's a leafy shape right here. We'll throw some more orange over here. Not everything needs to look like a leaf. Just the suggestions can sometimes be enough. Let's see, I want a little bit of dark under this leaf, like between these. Like that. Into there. Yeah, I like that. Okay. Maybe we'll do a little dabs of darkness over here. Hopefully that looks good. I should probably check the camera and see how this looks on the camera. Now on the camera, the background is nowhere near not reading anywhere near as dark as it is in real life. I might darken that up again. We'll see. We shall see. So far I'm digging it. This needs to be like a little green twig. Like this is a... Really get in there. Grab some green colors and just dab over the top. A little bit of twig fern something going on. Like that. Do that. And come in here and a little bit of dry brush over the top of that dark. There we go. I really do feel like I should put more dark on that background, but I'm not sure. I'm not sure if it will stay dark. You know what I mean? I think a bigger, flatter brush for that might be a good idea. Then I can get all the colors on there. Do we like that? Is that effective? Is that helpful, or did that just make it weird? Calm down. Maybe it will show up better once it's dry. You know? Maybe. Perhaps. We'll see what it looks like when that dries. Let's see. A little more there. A little more deep dark there as well. And right through here. Like that. How's that look? I think it's glaring a bit is the part of the problem. I'm going to let it dry. We'll let it dry completely and see what it looks like. Might have to go over it with a different medium. I do that a lot, actually. If my background doesn't turn out in a watercolor painting the way I want it to, I usually will get out my chalk pastels and completely adjust the background to be the way I want it to be. So let's finish up with our other bits, but I do want a smaller brush. I'm going to grab the number 1, which is very tiny in comparison to the other one. Little bitty dude. And let us go in and do maybe this deep brown with, well, maybe let's go orange. Don't want it to be too dark, but I don't want it to be bright orange either. Maybe just a tinge of green in there. Okay, let's see. Well, this is pretty dry, so I'm going to go ahead and get in some, hopefully what we'll read is shadowy colors. Little shadow bits. Like that. Try not to overthink it and just go where my lines already are from my drawing. If you're doing it on the fly, you can dot some in and make it darker in some areas and lighter in others. Just the tip of that brush, just the very tip of it. Like that. On the other side. Sorry if you heard that, my tummy's in a little bit of an uproar. Bit of an uproar. Hopefully I'm not catching whatever it is the children seem to have. My grandchildren are sick again. Kids get sick a lot. It's ridiculous, I tell you. I was supposed to babysit tomorrow, but that's a bust. Okay. Then along the very bottom edge of this, I want a dark orange. Let's see what this is. Is this gonna work? I think I'll put some orange in that. Is it gonna be dark enough? There we go. I want a more muted orange. Come in here and get in some little bit of texture. that. Bits of shadow near our little dots to kind of make them stand out a bit. Like that. Does that work? I think it does. A little more detailing. We'll see how this dries. If I like it, then I'll leave it. And if I don't, I can always come in and put in more paint. That. Do I like that? Kind of liking that darker color for over here. Get some more little shadows on this side. And then just along my rim, little bits coming up. Pew, 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 pew. They're just shooting right up there. And then here. Like that. And I'm once again not going for realism, but I'm trying to get it, make it look interesting and less flat. How's he looking? Oh, he's pretty cute. He's pretty cute. I feel like I need a light. Little. Just a bit of shadow here. A little bit more there. Then some coming down like that. And my underside over here. Nice and dark at the top. Little bits, little bits. Okay. Pick some up along this edge and this edge. Like that. Yeah, like that. Boop, boop, boop. Like that. Like I said, I have a hard time with those dark sometimes. Sometimes I just don't, I'm not comfortable, man. Okay. Ooh, I feel a little tired. Not like tired enough to go to bed though, or anything crazy. I'll come in here and get a little Disney princess of me, wasn't it? I'm feeling a little tired. Yeah, I like those little darker details here and there. Neighbors are home. If you heard that door close, I don't know if my phone picks up as well as my other as my big camera did. I don't know what happened to my big camera. It's not working at all right now. I should probably take it into a camera shop and have it looked at. Let's see. I want to go a little light right here. So I'm going to take water. I'm going to wet right here and right here. I got carried away with color. That dark color right there. I feel like I got a little bit carried away. So I'm going to do that. And I wish I had paper towels or tissues, but I don't. Use my rag and try and blot that up a little bit. There we go. Is that better? I think. I don't know. I think it is. Let's come in here and get a little bit of fun brightness on our ruffles. Here and there. This is just pure orange right out of the well. Because it's my painting and I can if I want to. It's my party and I cry if I want to. Cry if I want to. Cry if I want to. You would cry too. You never do. Now that song's gonna be stuck in your head. Sorry. Sorry. Let's come up here and get in a little bit of this action, the suggestive action going on. Yeah, I like it. I like it a lot. Alright. And then, man, peeps are being loud tonight. They're being loud. A little bit of decorative ruffle going on. A little bit of maybe that's a better idea. A little bit of dry brush happening. Instead of trying to be so exacting about it. Alright. So getting in there with the tip and just picking. Just be a little loose and loosey-goosey. Loosey-goosey. Like that. There. I dig it. And then, if it feels a bit much, actually that won't help. That will not help. Darkness right here is not going to help matters at all. Just pick it up. Got a little carried away on this end. There we go. That's a little better. Better. Are we liking it? See, here's where I grab my ink pen and I go crazy with the ink pens. I'm trying not to do that though. I'm trying really hard to keep this a watercolor painting, you guys. Trying. Come down here and I need to practice more with my watercolors. I've fallen out of practice a bit. I'm literally drawing with the tip of the brush and just pure paint. Coming in here and getting some fun details. And here's where I could spend quite a lot of time. Hours, actually. Hours and hours. Picking and waiting for it to dry and going back over it with more layers, and that can be the joy of watercolor right there. You don't have anything to do, you don't have anywhere to go. You put on a good show or a book and just paint your little heart out. The idea is that this leaf is curled on itself, facing that way, like the other side curled, cupped, and it's kind of curled around. Well, that was what I was thinking when I drew it. I don't know if that's how it's reading, but that's what I was thinking. Just come up from there, go out like that, and leave it alone. And there comes a point where I know I'm overworking the situation, and I feel like in the moment that I'm making it worse. That is a time to stop. Right here. This is the time to stop. So I'm going to stop. I'm going to grab a lighter color and come in here and do a little bit of the same over here. Some gentle detail lines. Just a suggestion. An idea does not need to be super realistic, right? That is rolls around down in there like that. And then here's where things are crazy and no one knows what's going on. There we go. I feel like this is a little too crisp in here as well. But I don't want it to be super obvious, you know. A little muddier, a little less bright. Maybe. There we go. Okay. That looks not bad. I don't think it looks bad. Does it look bad? I don't know if it looks bad. Oh, we're just gonna roll with it. Heck with it. Come in here with the orange. This one can be more orangey. Like that. Just the idea, right? The idea of I'd like more of this green, but I don't want it to be super wet. Try not to get in the way of the light. I don't have any, I only have my one smaller overhead light on. This is supposed to be like a pine bough stuck in there. And maybe we could do a little suggestion of pines and debris through there and through here. Just keep throwing it down. I like it. This leaf I feel like needs a little more definition as well. So once again with my orange, and just the feeling that of the shape. There we go. Okay. Am I done? See, this is where I feel like I should go in and fill in all the little light areas and really make them super dark and perfect this somehow. But as I'm looking at it, I'm feeling like I want to stop. I feel like it's good, you know? I feel like it's all right. I'm going to take some of the light green, come in here and swoosh it around. Not bad. Maybe a bit of light green through here. Nothing wrong with it. Instead of covering it with a dark color, we'll throw on some green. Come in under here. Instead of using a gray or a black, use a little bit of green to create some of my little shadow marks, like that. Like that. Come on under here. Maybe that's why it's feeling weird down here. I used brown when I should have used some green instead. Okay, maybe just a touch up here. Yeah, okay. Do the same here. That. A little bit here as well. Just a little. Like that. Maybe a little dab right here. And then maybe a little bit over on this side. I'm just dry brushing at this point, you guys. I'm not even, there's hardly any water on my brush, just a little residue of paint directly from the little pot over there. And we'll just dab away. Why not? Why not? There we go. A little bit of green there. Maybe there's moss growing on our mushroom. A little bit of moss. I feel like this line here is too blend. There's not enough contrast. So I'm gonna do that. With the joy of watercolor that you can come in and add contrast at any point. You don't have to wait. A little bit of muddy brown color, this muddy brown orange. Mud that up a bit. There. Not be too shy about it, right? Let's don't be shy. I got really quiet. I just registered how quiet I am being right now. There we go. How's that? Should I stop fussing now? I don't feel like I should stop fussing, but I'm probably going to. Because this is where I want to get in here with like an ink pen and really get in some definitive marks. I'd like to practice not doing that though, not needing to, not feeling like I need to get the feeling that I want from my watercolor piece. And as you can tell, I need more practice. I need more practice, y'all. Okay, I'm gonna look at it in the camera. Let's see, what do I think? What do I think? I think gotta be bold. I think just a bit more contrast on one side of this would be good. I'm scumbling about, I'm just kind of scribbling the brush around and seeing what I see. Maybe less. Yeah, that's good. I like that. I'm standing up to work now so I can look directly down on the piece and see what I see. Do I like everything that's going on? Am I happy with the shape? See, that's so much better. Contrast. Contrast. See, I know it. I just have a hard time doing it. Yeah, okay. I don't want to get too carried away. I'm kind of digging the mushroom now. I think I'm gonna just do little dabs here and there of this deeper color, like that. Yeah, okay. Then I'm gonna come down here and do just a bit here, and things got crazy with this. These little frill things on the mushroom. Oops, popped that right out of there. Let's see, where else do I need a little more contrast? Down here. Like that. Yeah, there we go. That's more better. Okay. I'm afraid of those darks, and I don't know why. I do know why, actually. I feel like it's going to ruin the piece. And instead it just makes it so much more better. More better. More better, more better. Oh, Hawaii coming out of me right there. I actually miss Hawaii. I want to go back again. Come in here and get some of that ruffle feeling in. Right there, yeah. And this is just dry paint. I'm basically drawing with the paint at this point. Textures. Textures are fun. Oops, I keep popping that out of there. I really do like textures in my piece. Just teensiest touch of water, just to make it a little bit moist so that I get a little more movement. Come in here and get some more color. Feeling like it needs it right there. Okay. Anybody else? Do you like it? Do you like what's going on? Yeah, that looks better. Still not 100% with the cap, but if I feel like if I muss with it much more, right? If I futz about with it much more, I'm gonna make it terrible. It's gonna be terrible, like straight up. Okay. Let's get in here with a little bit of orange brown. Yeah. And then just flick it out like that. There. Then maybe this side. Contrast. Yeah, like that. These paints do dry really quickly too. They don't stay wet very long. A little bit of mossy, messy ground foliage, right? That's what this is. It's the ground, so it does not need to be so perfect. Grab a little bit brown and green in there. A little bit of stippling going on. Brush is like really super fanned out. And I'm just pouncing away. I'll pounce around on the leaves a little bit. Create some texture, some muddiness. Okay. I'm going to stop there. See, now I feel like it's a safe time to stop. Let's take off our tape and see what it looks like. I think I kind of like the background a little bit more now. Let's see what it looks like with the tape off. My instinct is to still go in there with pastel and make it a really matte, flat background. You guys can let me know what you think of that thought. Here's my mushroom piece. I'm hoping this didn't take too terribly long. Figures, an hour and 13 minutes. Can't help myself, you guys. Short form videos are not my thing. Look, see, the mushroom cap looks so much better with all that contrast, that matte paint, and the little bit of mica over there, giving it that shine. Can you see the sparkle? And all the mark making. And I feel like that dark really made the stem look so much better, right? Contrast. I keep forgetting about contrast. And the leaves don't look bad either. They're not my best leaves ever, but they're not terrible now. And that is the trick, right? Don't stop too soon, but don't go too far. I think that could be true of many things. Let me know what you think of the background. Should I darken it, make it more matte, flat matte, or do we like this little bit of shine and the variation in the background? I don't know. I'm kind of digging it, actually. We're going to leave it there. I'm going to leave it there, I think. I'm going to stop talking. It's been too long already. Thank you for being here. If you stuck around this far, maybe put a happy face in the comments or a thumbs up or a little heart. So I know you stuck around. That'd be cool. And let me know what you think of this, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.